These are little pregame bloopers, bro. The pinch and roll, scratch and sniff. Emily asked me the other day what the fuck pinching and rolling was. I was like, you don't know about the pinch and rolling?
Yeah, sure. Nah,
Show her. I'll demonstrate on camera for those at home.
That dude was crazy. He got didn't he get convicted for a bunch of stuff finally?
Who? The guy on that interview?
No, that one crazy Russian dude. He just always. Dude, I don't know. I don't know his whole story. I just seen bits about him all the time. And he's the one that's always freaking out. And JB, pull it up. Just search crazy Russian.
Hey,
dude.
Jarvis. Are you talking about the crazy Russian DIY guy? On YouTube, that would be it's a lighter.
Or I don't know. But I think he got in trouble for punching a girl on live stream. He's always doing those live stream things.
Damn. Are we same height now?
Yeah, we're the same height.
I think you're still taller.
Well, you are 5'6".
And I'm 7'3" for those at home. 7'3". It's unfortunate for me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And today I'm with my good friend Will and Caden.
Hello.
They actually just called me 20 minutes ago and said, "Do you want to record?" And so now we're doing it.
Gave us 20 minutes to go to the casino.
Win big.
Yeah, y'all guys won big.
Yeah, I mean I would show you, but it's already put up.
It's already put up.
It's already been liquidated. It's for the rest of my assets overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, man.
Well, me and my homies in different hemispheres splitting that proceed, bro. That's where we at.
What's been going on, Will? You're always the one who's it always feels like you're the one who's off in your own world, and then we got to check up on you every 2 to 3 weeks.
Quit my job.
Yeah.
New job. Haven't started yet. I'm unemployed.
You're unemployed. How's that going? You like it? Is it fun?
I put in 2 flower beds at my house. I found the time to do that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that was what's up. It's been about it. Everything else has been pretty unnoteworthy.
And you quit your job.
I did quit my job.
Why'd you quit? Because
you
was there for 8 years. 8 years on and off.
I was. Yeah.
Where'd you work at?
Walmart. Walmart.
How was it? You liked it?
Awful.
It was awful.
It was fucking atrocious. It wasn't that bad when I was just working there like a cashier. It really wasn't that bad like high school. But when you're managing 70 fucking people, that shit gets.
Yeah, it was always really annoying because
I lived there.
Yeah, you pretty much lived there. Anytime we wanted to do something, it was all nah, I'm at work. I gotta get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I gotta work until 8.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy part too, he'll get off and go to bed. And he'll tell me the next week. Yeah, he said, yeah, I didn't sleep. I got an hour of sleep. Had to wake up.
No, it would be, bro.
Work.
It was a bad time. Yeah. I got that 8 to 5 though, Monday through Friday now. So.
Yeah. Are you gonna get paid more?
No.
Or the same?
No, I took a pay cut. It's a $2 pay cut or so.
Yeah.
But
having normal hours.
40 hours a week where I'm not working past 5 p.m. on any given day. I get federal holidays off. They just sent me my benefit package, which is pretty killer since I'm with the state.
You're getting a package?
Yeah, so since I'm with the state now, the benefit package was pretty solid.
So how much they match?
401k?
Yeah.
I think it's 6 or 7%.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. All the health insurance stuff isn't too bad either, but I mean I'm native, so I don't really.
Yeah,
they just pay me if I don't take out healthcare, but vision and dental I'll probably take out just because the Chickasaws kind of fucking suck when it comes to.
See, that's the thing.
Vision and dental.
I have Aflac, so that's what my job uses, and that's what the guy told me when I first signed up for it. He said, "With you being native, I presume," he said, when you get hurt at all, You could just tell me, and we'll write you a check. And he said that's just kind of money in your pocket, I guess. So, I mean, it's pretty good. You know, but then again, I don't really go to the hospital that much because I'm more worried about getting a paycheck than missing days.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. So, Will, you're gonna start leaving us.
Leaving you.
Yeah,
What
you're
for?
gonna get married, and then you're gonna fly away and never see us
Fly
again.
away. I can't afford to fly away.
Dude.
Immigrating's expensive. Immigrating's really not cheap.
What?
It's not cheap.
I always feel like you're I don't know. Everybody around me is like you, Tristan, I guess Colton.
Mm-hmm.
Colton's in his
He's off
we'll
in his
we'll
own
t-
little
we'll talk
world.
about him later. He's in his own little world. But like y'all guys are like flying off. You know, you're getting
Getting old.
yeah, you're getting old,
Getting
dude.
older. Life is hidden.
I've known you since you was 8,
Yeah.
and now you're getting married. How's
in
it?
like 2 years.
Well, you're engaged.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
For me, it doesn't feel any different because once you're like living together, anyways, when you get engaged, it's like there's nothing different other than like her wearing a ring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess like if I wanted to get like all like I don't know, like sentimental or whatever, I guess there's something to be said like, oh, there's something new there,
Yeah.
like meaning or whatever. But
Something to look forward to later on.
And I mean, but it doesn't like day to day though. No, it's the same shit. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
same old, same old.
Do you think there'll be like a new barrier whenever you get married, or do you think that'll just be like a celebration, and then it'll go back to like day to day?
I think it would go celebration and then day to day. I mean, if it's anything different than being engaged, because again, like I said, I feel like with marriage, there's like something to be said with like, you know, now you've got binding legal vows or whatever. Or, I mean, or
Yeah.
even just like the sentiments alone with marriage. Like, I mean, it's a thing, but I wake up in the same bed every morning,
Yeah.
eat food, go to work, come home, do whatever. But
I mean, it sounds like that's how I feel about like my like I wake up, I go to school, I go to the gym, I go to work, and then I go like it's just the same thing,
Yeah, people-
except you're with somebody.
you can like, I mean, whatever milestone it is, it's like you still have to wake up and go to work tomorrow. So it's
Yeah.
like I've never looked at it like. Now I mean, when
It's
it
a big
happened,
deal.
Yeah, when it happened when I proposed, it was like a big deal. I
Mhm.
was like, okay, that's cool. Like I'm actually engaged. Like that's my fiance. But I mean, then the next day, I mean, you know, car accident.
Yeah.
Almost died. But it's all right. I finally went and got new glasses today because my current prescription went out of the windshield. So these are like an old pair. These are like 3 years old, but I went and got a new prescription today. They told me
Because of your car crash, you lost your glasses.
I've just been wearing these forever because I just haven't made an appointment. But I called yesterday and made one. But they told me I have a high risk of glaucoma.
What's that?
Glaucoma is like a progressive blindness. Like, so what it is like your optical nerve. So like I'll get technical. So like your optical nerve has got like 2 parts to it pretty much. I mean, you can think of it like a cord and like a sheath. So like your sheath is like the disc. It's called your disc.
Yeah.
And then you've got like the whole, because it's a nerve. I mean, it's like a
Rod and
optical cable.
cones.
Yeah.
That's
So-
all I know.
Yeah. So you've got your cup, and then you've got your disc, and the ratio between the cup to the disc is supposed to be like a third, like a 0.3.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's like a 0.6. And if your eye pressure, the pressure in your eye like continues to build, it can cause damage to your optical nerve, which causes blindness. So, and as you get older, your eyes just build pressure naturally. So it's like I'm at like a really increased risk, especially after age 40, to just kind of start losing my sight.
It's dope.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. It's pretty wicked.
All my friends are gonna. They're all ahead, and they're all gonna die. Caden's
Knee
gonna die.
Knee replacement in 10
Dude,
years.
it's just like when the day comes.
You sound like my 90-year-old grandma.
Dude, that's just how natives progress.
And that's how-
man.
like shoe leather, bro.
I know. It's like
straight
Like
shoe
you're all
leather.
like it's gonna rain in a couple hours. I feel it in
Dude,
my
I swear
bones.
to God, I woke
I've
up.
never felt that.
I swear to God, the other day I stepped outside and I was like, "It's gonna fucking rain later," because
Yeah,
my
I
knee
didn't-
was aching.
I didn't even step outside. I didn't even look outside. I was in my bed. Like, I was in the room playing games. I was like, dude, it's supposed to rain. And, like, I checked the weather, and I'm like,
That's that great spirit talking.
well, it's like,
that's ancestor. That's on
dude,
creator,
it's just,
bro.
it's just how it goes. It's like,
Oh.
it's just we age so quick, I guess. I mean, until I get to the point where I can't even wipe my own ass, then
That's tough. Well, at least you know how to install a bidet.
yeah. I mean, they said when I was 20, they said I have bones like I'm 40, and they said when I'm 40, I'll have bones like I'm 60. So
Golly.
something to look forward to.
Yeah.
When did that start happening?
I've always had like body aches. I think it started like when I started when I was really big, like weight wise and playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it put a lot of strain on like my joints, like my knees especially. And I guess when I blew my right knee out, and that's when it progressively got worse because I guess rheumatoid arthritis, understanding I have of it is just like trauma, I guess, of joints, and it builds the arthritis.
Just from like running whenever you was
It
big.
could just be like where you had like any trauma or damages in your joint areas, arthritis could build up
Well,
right there.
RA, you can contract. You can just get it.
Yeah, which
It's like spontaneous.
it's
in
like
people.
it could run. Like my family's real big with arthritis, like on dad's side, the more native side.
Yeah.
So, we're gifted with like
Diabetes.
we're gifted with arthritis. I have a high case of getting I'm diabetic prone, and like on mom's side, it's a colon cancer.
Yeah.
So like
With my family, it's cancer.
yeah.
So my mom said I need to start getting tested every year for it.
I just talked to my mom about that today because I've had like 7 relatives die from cancer.
God.
Yeah, no, it's leukemia and a lymphoma. It's like the really ugly ones. I mean, not that any cancer is like any less ugly than the other one, but I feel like leukemia is pretty rough.
Well, like I got real scared. And, like I don't know if it's kind of like an embarrassing thing to say or bring up, but like, I did find like blood before after using the bathroom, and it's like the first thing I went to was like colon cancer. You know,
hemorrhoids, man.
yeah.
Just
Well,
hemorrhoids, man.
or hemorrhoids. You know? And like
Shit
you know,
happens, bro.
and you know, it's like one of those things like you don't really want to bring up to, like the first person I can only think of was, oh man, I gotta tell mom.
Yeah.
Like I was like, Mom, I was like, look, I need you real quick, and I showed her, and she's like, well, I didn't show her, like, no
Look.
context, no, I didn't just bend over, no, none of
I'd
that.
show my mom.
But like,
Let me see.
yeah,
Well, my mom saw you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but
Well, she almost did,
Yeah.
right? She,
Yeah, I
or
asked
did
for-
she?
I asked for somebody else.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, dude, I feel weird saying like I wish I hadn't, but the person they sent in after was like some 80-year-old fucking. geezer.
What'd she see you for? What'd my
She
mom
was
see
gonna
you
give-
for?
She was gonna give me my physical.
Yeah.
cough.
Now cough.
Yeah, like. Yeah, and the person I was like, I look, like, no hate, I just, if there's anybody else. And she's like, no, I get that. And then the fucker they sent in was like 90. Like, old as hell. You gonna cough with me? Like, I don't. Shit, dude looked like he was on his deathbed.
Golly.
Yeah, fuck all that.
No, but it was like, I don't know, I guess like my body used to ache real bad, but losing weight was a big help, and stretching, I found just like constant stretching, and like my hands, they were real bad when I started plumbing because I never released fluid, I guess, and I would just have a ball and do nothing and just squeeze it like this. I guess it releases pressure because my hands would just start to swell, and like I couldn't even make a fist sometimes.
Golly.
Yeah, they recommended that for my right knee because I had like CTs done in high school, and I've got like no cartilage in my right knee.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because I had like 3 or 4 hyperextensions like my freshman year. So I tore up my knee pretty good, and I've sprained it like all through my life or whatever. So, but they say I have like no cartilage. Like what's it? Like it's fucking grindy.
Yeah.
But so they had put me on anti-inflammatories, and that was back when I was like 120 pounds. So when I really started gaining weight or whatever, and I'm like up to like
How much do you weigh now?
168.
168.
So did you go full into the bolt?
At 5'2", 168. That's
That's I started dieting.
Did you?
Mhm.
What are you doing?
So
What kind of are you doing? Like some kind of
no,
keto?
Oh hell no! It's just the normal, like anywhere between like 40 and 50% protein. Like.
Do you have a calorie goal that you're doing? Or you just
21.
21.
Yeah. But so whatever. I'd have to.
How's
pull up
that? How's that working?
Good, solid. Emily wanted to do it too, so we both started dieting, and then we've been going to the park, and she'll like walk like 2 or 3 miles.
Mhm.
Now, try to get in what I want to get in, and then when I start, I'm just gonna start going to the gym there with her. That way we can both kind of get into it.
Yeah, you've been going to the gym too.
Mm-hmm. And that'll kind of. I wouldn't have to pay for my membership either because it's free. So,
Mhm.
and then I can just bring my gym shit to work, and then just stay after and do it. But
Shoot, I'm kind of on my own journey right now.
mm-hmm.
I was like 195. I'm down to 180.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whenever I talk to my parents about it, they say I'm fine at 180. But Jamin, my brother, he's at like 155. And I said I'd meet him halfway at 165. I think I could do it.
Yeah.
But like
Good. I think I had to cut pretty hard.
it's a pretty hard cut.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've already done this. I actually started creatine too.
Oh yeah.
I'm on day 4, and I'm gonna see what it does.
You dry scoop it?
No,
We should just get him started on like trend and test.
no, I'm not gonna do that.
Just get you on.
I think this is as far as I will go.
You'll feel better at that weight though.
165.
Yeah, because when I was 155, I felt really good.
I like being. So the one thing that I think I will like being 165. I think I want to go back to 180 and like do that. Do like, you know how Sam Sulek does like bulk cut, and then like you try to keep your muscle as you go down, and then you just build on it whenever you go back up.
Yeah.
I think I want to do something like that because I like being strong. I don't like. It's not saying you can't be strong at 165, but I like being able to bench 235 for one, and I think that's a good number. It feels good to be able to do it. If I could do that at 165, that'd be insane. But I don't think I could. Like even now, like I'm kind of hitting the same numbers that I am, like at like 195 to like 180. But I can't imagine still holding that, going down another 15.
I mean, you lose 30 pounds and be moving the same
You got
weight.
like it only makes sense that you lose some muscle.
Right.
Yeah.
Get Max on a cut.
Get Max.
He said he wanted to go to the gym, but then I don't think he's talked about it since then.
I mean, he talked to me, I think, last week about it. He said he wants to, but I said, well, you keep on saying you want to, you like, and all this stuff. It's like it's not really going to do anything until you start going.
Yeah. No, I mean, seriously.
And I was like, if you don't have to, I was like, Tyree goes at different times. The only time you would go would be late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see you driving 25, 30 minutes from Allen to go to the gym. I don't see Max doing that.
No.
Unless he really wants it. But if he just goes every now and then after work, I was like, even if you go like just a couple times a week, I mean, it'll do.
I feel like if he just even cut like his caloric intake in half, you know, down to like 3,000 calories. I feel like the cut would be crazy.
But the thing is, Max don't pig out either.
No, he really
He just
doesn't.
doesn't get out.
Yeah, that's the thing is there's not a lot of exercise. I mean, even like his front end stuff is like his work's pretty like sedentary. You know, it's a lot of standing.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
the one reason why I like my job is because I get 5 to 7 miles every day.
Right.
I really like
Yeah,
that.
because I was clocking 7 or 8 miles every single day.
Mhm.
see, I think when I was a manager up front, I dropped all the way down to like 170 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of unhealthy because like no, I didn't work out, but like I walked around a lot, but I also didn't have an eating schedule, like no eating schedule whatsoever.
Right.
Because like I kind of like you go from opening, closing.
Well, yeah, you'd
To
be in there
mid.
until midnight and then go in the next day at 6 a.m. Or
So it's like it just
I
was
ate
I
when I
just
had
wasn't
time.
hungry. Yeah.
yeah, I never ate. I ate like once a day, and I was losing weight, but it's not a good.
Yeah,
weight
because I
loss.
knew, but as soon as I started school, it's like the first couple, like I think at the end of that year, I think I quit Walmart sometime in September or something
Mm-hmm.
of 23. Then I like the end of 20, like going into 24, I think I jumped up to like 200 and something pounds. So it was like, it was easy to build it back up, but um, now just like having to maintain,
Mm-hmm.
I think, because like I don't diet at all. I mean, I should probably, but like just cutting back on pop, I think helped a lot,
Yeah.
and just like junk altogether.
some complex carbs, man.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I don't cook my own food at home or do anything like that, but I try to go out of my way instead of eating hot box food during work. I'll try to get like an actual meal,
Like food.
like food.
Do y'all guys have anything like that? Like how Max is towards I guess exercise, like saying that you want to do something but then you kind of just keep on putting it off. Um like a creative pursuit or anything like a something that you want to my big one is probably like reading. I want to read more. I've been, but right now it's something that I'm slowly building towards. So I've been getting a couple books that I want to, like I've been hearing about, and I'm trying to read them. But it takes, I feel like to a reader, it's like 100 pages is pretty easy. But to me, 100 is like a 2-month project.
Emily just started reading, and it got me like wanting to get into it again because I used to read a lot when I was younger, but I don't. I haven't read for fun in a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'd read for class or whatever, but I hadn't read for myself in a long time. But I mean, it'd be cool to get into creative aspects or like creative pursuits, though, that I'm like, oh yeah, and then don't.
Yeah. Like
I don't have a lot of aspirations though. I'm like a pretty fucking boring individual. like I don't think there's many pursuits that I'm like, and then I don't. Just 'cause
I could
don't
see
have
you.
many.
I could see you getting into like woodworking for fun.
Okay.
That
so
would be-
maybe that might actually be one that I've been talking about going and not doing actually low key because I've got like my equipment list of like shit I would need. Because me and him were talking about it the other day.
Yeah.
Like I'll spend like 3 or 4 hours just watching a dude like just woodwork, like building
Mhm.
tables, benches, or whatever, and just like Blacktail Studio. Shout out the homeboy I've never met in my life. But
Yeah.
does good content. But yeah, I used to watch these dudes called Perkins Build Brothers, and they would have like a master compilation. So like they'll upload like 90 videos in a playlist that are like an hour long each of them building a house start to finish, and I'll sit down and watch like a 6.5 hour long video of them just literally building a house from the slab up,
Yeah.
and it's cool. But I mean that's not woodworking. But I mean in any event,
That's a little more advanced.
I feel like woodworking would be fun to get into. I've got like a hand tool set though. So like I could like do some Cub Scout whittling type shit, like make a spoon maybe. But I think it'd be fun to get into. I was into the gun building for a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And used to.
Yeah.
You still
I
are.
would love to expand on that really bad. I would like to get like a stand-up drill press or like a reloading station, but those are the
You're
equipment
like-
I need is just expensive.
Yeah, you're like the guy who would like you would have a bunker and you'd have like MREs just stashed in there, and then you'd have like you buy like Warzone armor plates.
I do. Yeah, I do. Have
What do you think
plate
you're gonna
carrier.
do with that?
It's more of just a. I mean, you can call it like a preparation thing, maybe. I think it was more
Are
just
you
like
a prepper?
I don't prep because I don't have what I would like. I don't have like the food and water and da 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 da. It's
But
just
if you
like
did, would you have a bunker underneath your
if I had
house?
millions, maybe. If I owned my own home and had the
Yeah.
money to install an underground bunker, at that point, I've got disposable income. I'd do it for shits and giggles, but
What's that saying? Like, it's good to have it than wish.
then wish you had it.
Then
and
wish you
don't.
had it.
I mean, the plate carrier was more like I said. It was literally just like a peace of mind. I mean, for me, we were going into an election season. I mean, the dude got shot at twice. Even now, like civil unrest is still something I think
Mhm.
about. Now, I mean, whether or not I'm gonna get engaged in a civil war or whatever, I
Yeah.
don't even want to throw around the idea because I don't find it super realistic. But I mean, it's just like I'd like to have something to own that I could get shot in and not die.
Probably still hurt.
Oh, it'd break ribs, but
Yeah.
but I mean, I might not die.
Mhm. What about you, Kaden? Do you have anything that you like that you want to do um like this? I had a whole list of stuff that I wanted to get to record,
Mm-hmm.
but then I had the camera for so many years, and then I've only used this like 6 times. Like, do you have anything that you like want to do but haven't done yet, or something that you keep telling yourself that you want to do?
I mean, I've thought about it because, like, one thing that I mean, besides from like when we go to family gatherings, Darius has stuff. Like Darius is, um, I guess, very passionate about like Native American affairs and just other stuff about that. Like he loves going into it. He loves studying about it. Chacon is very passionate about vehicles and like what am I passionate about? Just playing games.
Yeah.
Like I've thought
It's
about
a hobby all the rest.
yeah, it's like I've
hobby all the
thought
same.
about like what else I could like really
Like
go
a
into.
hobby.
Yeah, hobby, and like something that people aren't just gonna think about like why are you doing that at your age, like magic or something.
Right.
It's like yeah, you know I'm passionate about that, but it's like I want something that
Like pass on.
yeah, I guess so. Like I don't really care telling people, hey, I like to do this or I like to play magic. I like to carry around thousands of dollars worth of cardboard and a
Yeah.
binder, you know, type of
Right.
thing. But no, like I've thought about it. I really have, but it's just like I'm not really sure yet. Like I guess I've procrastinated about stuff a lot about it. Just
I mean, what I would say to that is you just kind of care about what you care about. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I
if you're
mean-
having fun with the magic and you're having fun with the video games, I don't think there's anything wrong with having that as a hobby.
I like to. It's in my when I think about this sometimes, like if I was to have a girl and I would bring them in this room, it would be like, well, you can kind of tell what I like. I like computers. I like anime. I like manga. I like music. I got 7 posters on my wall. I don't know, and I don't really care. I think I'd just have to find someone that would put up with it.
yeah.
I mean, I don't see myself changing what I like or trying. I mean, I'm up for new stuff,
Right.
but like I don't see myself ever putting this stuff away
right.
out of like fear.
Yeah, I've always liked to just do like try out a bunch of new stuff too. Like I've never liked to stick to one thing
Mm-hmm.
unless it's like Subway sandwiches or
You can't beat
Um,
that spicy Italian, man.
yeah.
You
No,
can't
I've
tell me
been
it's
eating that
Italian.
for years, like like a decade now, and I
you
haven't changed.
literally can't.
But,
Oh, now it's a hot shot Italiano.
Yeah, but like when it comes to sports, I mean, I played football, I played baseball, like I played all like any sport I could play, and
Esports.
esports.
We did do that.
So it's
that
like-
was fun.
We did do that.
So it's like
We gotta do that
I've
again.
always just like changing it up, trying different things, and just seeing how it'll go. And like I never thought I would just do plumbing, but I'm enjoying it. And
Mhm.
me and Will recently did roofing together.
We did do that. Actually, that was.
You roofed.
I actually did, yeah, and we weren't that bad at it.
No, we were pretty good.
actually we were getting the hang of it near the end.
Y'all
of
was,
the day.
y'all was like, psh, psh,
Actually,
psh.
low key, like it's stuff like that that he asked me if I wanted to go out of shits and giggles. I think because I don't have a job right now,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, "Oh, you don't got fuck all going on." But low key, I was like, because at the time I didn't even think I was gonna get paid for it. I was just like, I don't know how to roof. I could go and someone's gonna show me how to put up a roof.
Uh-huh.
I learned how to put up a sheet metal roof. It's like if you know any homies that need their sheet metal roof put up, I'm pretty confident I could probably do their whole roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was kind of fun because I mean, in plumbing or any trade, I guess you take a lot of measurements. It's a lot of measuring, so it
Mhm.
wasn't bad. It wasn't hard for me to get used to it. Roofing. Me and Will were actually moving pretty quick with it. You know,
Yeah, we were
popping
tacking
our
them- yeah, we were
lines,
tacking
tacking
it down.
in.
It was coming along. We
Mhm.
knocked out a decent.
Was it
chunk.
hard? Was you tired?
I wasn't tired. I cooked my knee because you stand at a slant,
Mm-hmm.
and we were up there. We came down like 2 or 3 times, I think. So we were up there probably about 5.5 hours, and I think it just fucking cooked my knee.
Like you
On a
just
real-
got used to standing like that?
Yeah, because you'll stand with either all your weight on one leg or all your weight on another leg, and your
Mhm.
ankles the entire time are like this or like this.
Yeah.
So it's not comfortable by any means to stand on a roof for that long, and it just fucked my knee.
Hmm.
It was just my right knee just fucking swelled. But other than that, I mean, like, it was cool. I learned something. I got paid and had some warm beer on a rooftop that I didn't buy and had a pretty chill time. I would 100% go back and do it again. Yeah, it was fun.
It's just good skills like that.
Yeah,
to have.
it's useful. It's like I had to call him over to fix my sink because I fucked with it for like 2 hours and didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And like, don't get me wrong, I felt like a jackass because he came over and had that shit done in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I didn't even know I could do the shit that he was doing to it. And I was like, okay, well now I could probably fix my sink if it broke, kind of thing. Or like, I've done like little things around like my house that like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad I like had to put up a ceiling fan, like switch out a light fixture. It's like weird little shit that it's like, it's not hard, but
Mm-hmm.
have you ever changed out a light fixture?
Nope.
Yeah, right. But now I know how to do that. Or like my shed door when I moved in was not attached, so I had to buy like hinges and reattach a shed door, and it was like, which is a bitch to try to do with a normal like fucking shitty Walmart hyper tough hand drill
Yeah.
that trying to drill through sheet metal. So I got a big ass drill. I thought I was
Mhm.
gonna break my wrist. This thing's got torque.
Okay, so you're off in your own world.
Mm-hmm.
You're living at your place with your girl.
Mm-hmm.
Colton started doing this.
We did do that. I
So
called it though, bro. I'm just saying. I'd like to admit that I did call that.
what do you mean?
I
Would
said
you?
that's how it starts. Because he was talking about moving in, and I was like, he's cooked. You guys aren't gonna see him for a year, and then he moved out a week later. And
Yeah. So I haven't even talked to him since he left.
I talked to him for like 15.
He joined the party like a couple times, I think, and we talked for a while. Then he'll just actively like leave but stay in the party,
Mm-hmm.
and we won't know. So
So
He
he just
just-
kind of disappears a little
He just
bit.
disappears.
Babel call and
disappear, or he'll just
They're already
hop
living
off.
together.
She's I think Colton said she's a.
Have y'all gotten to talk to her?
manager? No, not
She's a
yet.
what?
She's like a manager at Sonic over there.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I think she transferred from where she lived at in Antlers to
because she was,
Ardmore.
What did he say? She was a mecha
Mecca.
mechanic or something.
Oh.
something like that. Lets her. She has
like
a
a
pretty.
polytechnical degree.
Yeah, so she like
What's-
able to work on like electric vehicles and like
Electric.
Yeah, she went to like a 2-year trade school.
so it's like a good gig. She just has to find a spot, a job.
I thought it was always funny. he said that she just got out of school and I was all
Mhm.
out of high school. Or what?
When he was trying to explain it to me too, and he said that mecha mechanics or whatever, I was like, I said, what the fuck does this like? What does she work on, bro? Like fucking Autobots, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I said, does she roll out when she goes to work?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, whatever she's doing more than me. I don't have a trade skill, and I didn't graduate, so.
I always thought, I don't know. I thought he would at least say bye.
Yeah, I thought the same thing with Hunter though.
Yeah.
People are gonna do what they're gonna do.
But then again, like when Colton moved back to Oklahoma, he didn't really give us a heads up. Like, he just said, like, my lease is gonna be up soon. Then all of a sudden, like, he calls me and said, I'm moving back to Ada. Then he's back in Ada. Then we're all hanging out because he's unemployed for a while. Then he gets a job. Then
You think
6
that's just
months
how he is?
Yeah, 6 months later, he just gets a girlfriend. I mean, he never really gives us much a heads up, but that's just kind of how Colton is as a person.
It just kind of pops up.
He's a pretty sporadic individual.
Yeah, but that's just kind of how he's always been, and I never really figured he was gonna let me know or let anybody know if that and that fact. Like he messaged me out of nowhere and said, "By the way, I'm moving." I said, "When are you moving?" Today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because the only way I know about this is through y'all.
I only know about it through him.
Like if I didn't know better, he's still just 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very maybe what you're saying kind of clears it up. Like that's just how it is, or that's just how he is. Like it just it's very go with the flow.
The webbing.
Yeah, just go with the wind, and then like whatever happens, and then like everybody else will know eventually. But I imagine like if I was moving, I would tell y'all like, hey, I'm probably gonna move here pretty soon.
Right.
Like I could see you like, hey, I'm gonna go to Colorado.
If I'm moving anywhere.
Yeah. 100%. I'm like, we're gonna have a party. I could see you having a going away party.
Yeah, I'd probably hang for a good weekend before I dipped.
Yeah, I'll move with you. I'll find
roommate.
Colorado. I could do plumbing in Colorado with my license.
Shoot,
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad gig. I've been up there. It's pretty cool. The elevation kind of sucks though. You get headaches.
No joke, dude. When I was up in Manitou Springs, that was like, I don't want to get that elevation wrong.
Did you go on the to the peak?
Yeah, I did Pikes Peak.
It's really cool.
It was cool. It was cold as fuck. Wind chill was like -20
and
a day.
And it was like I would go up like 30 steps and then I'd have to take a break. Yeah, just
it was cool. I FaceTimed my mom. I was like, look.
Oh, you FaceTime me too.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was all grainy because like he didn't.
I'm on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
He's on top of a mountain. I'm like, dude, where you at? And it's like
I'm in Minecraft.
It's like all 8-bit and all. I was like, dude, it looks pretty cool, but I still can't. I just see just white.
It was dope, man. You can't. The pictures don't even do it justice when you're actually that high up. Like I was looking at Kansas.
That's pretty cool.
It was chill. I would do it again. I would probably take an extra day to drive.
Driving all the way back in one go kind of does suck.
Driving there and back in one, because I drove overnight. I didn't hit sunrise until the New Mexico Colorado border. So I drove all the way through Oklahoma, all the way through Texas, and then you'd have like a little like 40-mile, like 60-mile stint through New Mexico, and then you're in Colorado.
But that was the cool part of it.
Yeah.
Though.
When you hit New Mexico Colorado border, it's pretty, or like 20 miles beforehand, because you get all like the New Mexican like mesas.
Yeah.
And then you'll driving up there. You'll go through this big like mountainous highway, and it's really like scenic as hell.
Yeah.
And then you're like an hour or two away from Pueblo, Colorado, and that's when you're driving I drove up to Denver, so the next 6 hours there's nothing but a big ass mountain range on my left side.
Yeah.
That's just the whole way there. So you drive past some like 12,000 footers and some cool
Mhm.
stuff.
I
It's
know.
scenic.
I miss I think when I went up there, we skipped a whole um going hitting the highway, going on the mountain highway basically into Colorado, and we went through like a valley almost,
Mm-hmm.
and it was pretty cool because you go in and out of New Mexico and Colorado like 4 or 5 times,
Mm-hmm.
and every single time the road change.
The roads every time.
The roads change from New Mexico roads to Colorado roads, and
You
New
can
Mexico
tell.
roads are like a little bit orange
Yeah,
tint
there's an orange tint.
to them, and it was pretty cool. Then, like after you get out of that valley, I thought there was like a big storm coming our way, and it turned out to be a just like the mountains,
Mhm.
like the Colorado mountains, and it was pretty cool seeing that.
When you've never seen mountain ranges like that, and then you see it for the first time, you're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
because you can see them like 60 miles out.
Mhm.
Like, god damn. And when you start getting up, like when you drive through like Colorado Springs, and it's like you look and they're here,
Mhm.
you're like they're. It's crazy to see. I'm saying that like you've never been to Colorado, like you've been to Colorado, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I've
it's
been there.
it was a crazy view. We're talking about the way roads change too. On the way back, you'll go Colorado, New Mexico, and then you can tell when you hit Texas because those are dick, dude. Those roads and Texas State Highway roads are so fucking awful.
Well,
And Oklahoma's like gravel and
we'd even hit
awful.
because I guess the route we took, it was Texas. Then you get on some back road route in Oklahoma when you hit Oklahoma, and you're on that road until you hit like 35, I think.
I was through from 35 up to there, and then until you get like, because you'll hit Panhandle of Texas, and it was like 120 straight miles.
Yeah.
But before that was all wooded. Like I drove through there at like 5 a.m. and I pull up to this 3-way stop. I had to turn right at this 3-way. I was like 2 miles from the gas station I needed to stop at, and there's this fucking shack on the side of the road. And there's this absolute fucking skeezer, like tweaking the fuck out at this shack in the middle of bumfuck Texas, like nowhere. It's pitch black. And I see this dude just bolt out of his shed at the road and then bolt back into the shed through the door. Like it was wild. It was a weird.
It's just in the middle of nowhere.
Weird little run in.
That's you.
That was
That's your
literally me.
future.
Yeah, it was a weird little trip, but driving straight from like 2 a.m. until like 8, dude, it was so ass too. I was in Texas, and you change time zones, so you fall back an hour, and I was like, thank God, bro, it's 8. And then I'm in New Mexico, and it's 7 a.m. again. I was like, fuck. Yeah, that was shitty. And then I let Emily drive, and then on the way back, I drove from Denver all the way down into Texas, and that was like 4 hours.
Yeah.
About 4.5, and then I let her drive for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
She got about 10 minutes in.
Because that's all women can drive.
I guess.
It's 10 minutes.
It was-
That's all they got
It
in
was
them.
like 120
Without
straight
crashing.
miles on a 2-lane highway in Texas that you start to finish, you're looking in the same direction. And I was like, it's good, I'm going to go to sleep. And then, I thought I died.
When you were on the topic about talking about that tweaker, actually, funny story. You know, Abbott's.
Mhm.
We stopped by there at lunch today, and this woman was just sitting, like, not really sitting. She was squatting in front of, like, next to the door.
Nice.
And
Chilling.
me and the person I was
Doing
with,
her own thing.
we were going in there, and she said, "Y'all want to play Cowboys and Indians?" And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore it, you know. And he said, "How do you play it?" And she just starts smiling and laughing. Dude, she was tweaking, and like he was about to cuss her out because he thought that she was meaning like, you know, being racist.
Yeah.
Which that's what
I'm
I
sure
figured.
it definitely
Probably.
came from
That's
that.
that's what I was
but-
thinking of as soon as she said it. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go inside, you know, whatever. I don't really care, but I'm just gonna leave it be.
Dude, getting called out for being native in Oklahoma is crazy.
But
Yeah.
like, we get in there and the guys in there are just like, they said that she just been tweaking out. Like I guess thought hallucinated, like she was getting arrested, and she was like saying, "You can't arrest me," and all this stuff. And and they were just like watching her, and they said that she was like doing dope on the side of the building and stuff like that. It's like, dude, just kick her out. Like,
you own
I don't
the
know.
property. It's your fucking store.
And she comes inside the store and starts walking around and just like opening up the freeze like coolers, grabbing the can pops and like looking at them like this. And I'm just
she's looking for wiretaps.
like, bro, like
the CIA ain't chemtrail in the air outside.
I know, but like, you know, people like that used to be.
They used to be somebody.
Yeah, they used to, you know.
Went to high school, same as you.
It's like you saw them and you kind of couldn't help but laugh because these people were actually, you know, just tweaking out of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just annoying because you see them everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, dude, they're literally everywhere.
They're just
Every
everywhere,
part of town.
and they're just annoying. And some of them get aggressive.
Yeah, and it makes you kind of worried.
Yeah, it's like, man, like there's a reason why I kind of want to, like, you know, carry a firearm just in case.
I carry almost everywhere I go.
Because
Do you?
I keep like a fucking 8-inch canic on me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's like this fucking long.
Golly.
I just appendix that shit down and wear a hoodie. But yeah, especially like if I go out of town, like up to like the city or whatever. Yeah, I'm always. If you ever catch me out of town, I'm 100% strapped.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I don't trust the people. I've never felt that intimidated to use it other than like maybe twice in my life. And one was like, I was up in like the Norman Mall, and you know them like fucking shoe shiners that'll just be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, bro, come here." So we're walking by him, and you know he starts hitting me up like, "Hey, bro, hey, I like your shoes, like, but they looking a little dirty though, fam." I was like, "Yeah, no, it's all right, it's fine. I'm not that worried about it, bro. They're old." And he was like, "No, for real, like, bro, it's free. It's free. I ain't even gonna charge you nothing." I was like, "No, dude, like, I'm good. Seriously, it's all good." And then he was like, "Well, you don't support locally black-owned businesses?" I was like, "It ain't even."
And you said, "Yeah, I don't do
I
that."
said, "Fuck you." So I was like, "It ain't even like that." I said, "Dude, it's got nothing. It's got fuck all to do with that. Like these shoes just old, bro. And I'm not tipping you to clean my fucking shoes." And the dude fucking got right behind me and Emily and like cornered her. Like in a corner, like I shit you not, and was just like, "I think that's fucked up of y'all." And I was like, "I think it's really fucked up for you to be like this fucking close." I was like, "Bro, I'm not playing. Like, you really need to give us like 5 feet."
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have a gun on me.
And then what
I
he
wasn't
did,
gonna-
he walked off.
You know, he called me something and then walked off, and I mean it was chill. And then the only other time I felt really weird was I was moving out of the apartment, and you knew like at the end of like when I moved out, it was some crackhead shit going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
I was packing my lamp in my car, and there's this dude like walking behind my car. And mind you, I'm in my parking lot. It's like 2:00 in the morning. I was packing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude should just not be there. And he's like, "Whoa, bro, that looks like a rocket ship." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." And then he just fucking stood there and like kept looking at me, and I was like, "It's a lamp." Hell yeah, bro. And then proceeded to set his bag down and his cane, and then like jumped in my fucking dumpster. And I had shit that I just threw out, and I was like, okay, like I think like my like like I might have had like a bank statement or something in my trash, and I was like, "Hey, bro, can you?" I said, "I ain't trying to like bust your balls or nothing, but can you get out of my dumpster?" So why is just fucking trash, bro? I was like, "Dude, but it's my trash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking you to like get the fuck out of my dumpster, please." And then I didn't even mean to. I'll keep it a buck with you. I went to just fucking scratch my head, and I 100% like flashed my gun, like completely unintentional. Scared the fucking piss out of this dude. But I don't know. It's weird shit, like weird interactions with just tweakers that like make you really wonder. Like I felt a lot safer knowing I had that gun on me. And Emily had just told me, she's like, "You don't need that. You're just loading the car." I was like, "It's fine." Because at that time, we had that dude that would stand out in the hallway and just scream and throw shit.
I told you about when I ran into him one morning, right?
Oh, you had to move him out of your way?
Yeah, well, like
just
I don't
actually
think
get the fuck out of my way?
Yeah, so it was early in the morning, and he woke me up, not even my alarm.
Mm-hmm. That dude was fucking loud, bro.
And all he did was just, I guess I don't even know the story. I have a video of him just cussing and just saying like, just
Fuck
going
you,
on.
bitch.
Yeah, fucking bitch, you cheating bitch.
He lived there?
No,
No,
he didn't live there,
Mm.
and he just was like, just being a dick, just yelling. And it'll be early in the morning, late at night.
It didn't matter, all day long.
Yeah, all day. And he was there one morning, and I'm like, dude, it's like 15 degrees outside, so I'm gonna go start my car. So I get up, go start my car, and he's just cussing and cussing. Then he looks at me, then he just walks away, and I come back, and I finally get ready, and I go back out to go to school, because when I was still in school for plumbing. And he's still there. I'm like, bro, can you just give us some rest? I was like, dude, there's people here trying to sleep. I was like, I know Will's still asleep. And I don't think anybody really wants to hear you just fucking doing this at like early in the morning. And he's just like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do about it? I'm like, dude. Then he steps up to me, and he just gets in my face. And I'm like, with all due respect, I just step the fuck back. And he in my face some more, and I just, like I told Will, I was like, yeah, I just told him, I was just, like, beat your ass right here if you don't step away. And I guess that same day, he came back, and I told Will about it, and me and him go outside, and he starts walking away. And there was like a little white shed that was next to the apartment.
Always parked his bike there.
Always parked. He would walk over there, and me and Will just stood at the cars, and he'll just peek over and see us over there still.
Weird, bro.
He was just a weird, like an asshole.
Yeah, I wasn't even that worried about it then. That was when I was kind of chubby.
Yeah.
I was pushing like 200 pounds, and I was like, I could probably I could lay this dude out.
It was just annoying, but like, when I first moved into those apartments, I had my guns. I had 3. And I don't want people to really I don't want to be that asshole that brings in, like, carries guns into the room. It's like, when I'm living around other people, I don't want them.
I don't want to scare them.
Yeah.
So I always carried my shit out in a duffel.
But, like, Ken, my old landlord, his handyman, one day, the day I moved out.
This guy got like Down syndrome or something, by the way. This guy's like not all there.
No, well, it was the other one. He was like
it was like actual handyman?
Yeah, his actual handyman.
About Wade.
No, not Wade. Wade was all right.
Wade's different.
He's different, but he's all right. But no, his actual handyman, when I moved out of those apartments, he saw me carrying out all my guns. And at that point, I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to move out as fast as I can, because I just wanted to get it over with. And I actually had a job. We had a job for Ken, and he was there. He said, oh, yeah, I remember you. You had a bunch of guns. That's
all to remember you for, man.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you just...
It was getting crazy. After you moved out, that shit went downhill so fucking quick, bro. Like, that dude got arrested. I tell you that? That tweaker that, like, we were having issues with got arrested, like, in the hall.
Well, like, we called the cops on him once.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, they're like, I know, yeah, he got his ass locked up. Because they found needles, and he goes, those are my insulin needles. Those are my insulin needles. And he goes, yeah, right, buddy. Yeah, right. he goes, insulin don't look like tar, little bro. I was like, oh, he's cooked. Yeah, it was. I was just getting out to go to work. It was around like 11. It was like 10:50. I was like working like my mid shift or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah," he said, "No, sir, those are my insulin needles." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, buddy." He said, "I'm gonna go ahead and put you in handcuffs now."
Do you have anybody like that over where you are now?
I mean, I got my car broken into.
Did you?
Yeah, they stole my fucking guitar.
That's right. You said that.
So that happened. Other than that, I haven't had any issues. The only issues we've had is Emily had some dude like follow her home.
God.
He knew all about it. Shit, actually, weirdly enough, it was like small world type shit. Did I tell you about this? He told you about this? So, she's at like, the corner of Country Club and Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
And the light's turning yellow, so she stops. Traffic law,
Yeah.
So she comes to a stop, and the dude behind her was like riding her ass all the way, and then fucking honks at her. So she honked back, and he gets out of his car to like walk up to her and shit. And this motherfucker is getting like his dinner or whatever at Subway, which is right at the corner of Country Club in Arlington. And this guy like pulls out behind him as he's like getting out of his car, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, like I saw him, because
So it goes your girlfriend, fiance, this guy, and then you.
Yeah, so I was just about about to leave. I was just to pull out. Then I saw Emily's car.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, that's Emily. Then like the guy right there. Then I was able to get out because we were all going the same place, the same direction anyway. And she stopped. Then the light just turned red, like Will said. And as soon as it turned red, it had the green arrow.
Mhm.
As soon as it turned red. So I guess there was that second she just didn't see it or something. And that guy didn't even give her enough time. He just started honking at her. And Emily honked back. And as soon as I see the guy put on, like, because, you know, when you put the car in park, it shows the reverse lights.
will pop on.
Then the car just in park. Then as soon as he opened up his door, I fucking put my car in park. Then he gets out. Then I'm about to get out. Then Emily drives away, and he throws something at her car. Then he quickly jumps in, and I'm about to I just unbuckled my seatbelt, and he jumps back in his car and drives off. So I quickly buckle my seatbelt back in, put my car in drive, and chase after them. I'm like, if this guy starts pulling some like stupid shit, I'm just gonna call him out. You know.
Yeah.
We'll see you at this next light. And he pulls up right next to her in front of Walgreens. And I pull up because I was going to go left right there at Walgreens. And he looked fine. He didn't look like he was pissed. He didn't have his window down cussing at her or anything. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're good. So I drive away. And I'll let Will finish the rest.
He drives away. And then he's yelling at her out of his window and shit.
So it wasn't okay.
And when I got there, because I got there and I wasn't there for long because my light just turned green. I just looked over and he didn't see.
And he looked fine.
He looked fine.
He's taking a second.
I guess so. And I even rolled down my window just in case, and I didn't hear anything or see anything. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm good. But I was only there for 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So light turns green. They're side by side, and he's keeping up with her the whole way, fucking screaming and swerving close to her and shit. So so you're going down Arlington, Mississippi's coming this way. You can merge or take a slight right to go straight. She doesn't flip on a turn signal or nothing and just swerves into it to get away from the dude doing 30, 40, whatever, just swerves in. And so she's taking the slight right, and then he's going through crazy corner. And this motherfucker, there's no right turns. Right, both of those lanes are straight.
Yeah.
Turning left onto Mississippi. So he fucking just juts it across and whips out, takes his right turn there, and then started following her home at the stoplight on Broadway at Arlington. So she calls me at this point and was like, there's been this fucking dude that's following me home. He's gotten out of his car. He's still behind me. He's riding my ass. So then I was sitting in the office, and I'm right next to my gun safe. So I was like, oh, we'll pull in the driveway. I'll be outside. I'm already, I had my AR in my hand. I was just going to go meet the dude.
Mm.
And then I thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, in a court of law, let's say I did kill the guy, right? It doesn't look good for me at all, right? Because I tell her, you come home, pull in the driveway. I'll meet him outside with a fucking gun. And, because I'm more than cool to just settle it. I'm not gonna miss. I'll bink the dude. It wasn't a worry for me. So I was like, well, I'll meet him outside. It wasn't my AR. It was my 12 gauge because I just bought that 12 gauge.
Test it out.
It was a 12
You just
gauge.
want to test it out.
So I grabbed my 12 gauge, and I was sitting in the driveway, just waiting on my trunk, just waiting. And I was like, is he still behind you? And she's like, yeah. I was like, fuck, dude. I said, circle the block once. If he's still behind you, then you probably just need to call you just need to call 911, I guess. Because then I really thought about it, and I was like, because this dude was pissed off enough for me to think I probably could have shot him. Really. I mean, if he was that fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But so she circles the block, and at some point he sped around her and got in front of her. So my house is on the corner of what is that, Stockton and 5th, or whatever that road is right there.
Stockton and
I think it's Stockton.
Yeah.
Or Townsend, I think. Well, I don't know, one of them. Anyways,
Is it okay if I put your address on?
Yeah, just
It's right on this corner.
You know what? Anyways, he turns left down my road, and I didn't know it was that guy at all. Otherwise, I would have jumped out in the fucking road. I don't give a fuck. And then she's driving that way because she's on the phone with like the 911 operator, and they just told her to come to the police station. But what I told him is that when that dude was driving by, that's when I called her back and was like, was this dude driving like it was like that like steel blue Impala or whatever. And I was like, is that what he was driving? She's like, yeah. I was like, well, because I saw him and it looked like he waved a gun in his window. That's just me, though. And that's like, I swear to God, that's what I saw. But anyway, she went to the police station. They told her to go back. I installed a security camera out front because she was worried that he'd see her car or whatever. And then I was like, well, I'll pop out and show him. It's no big deal. But that was like a week after I got my car broken into, too. So we were kind of worried. But and then like a week after that, we had drive-by shootings that someone died like 2 blocks down. Which is weird because I was sitting in my fucking living room and then I heard pop, 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 and it was like right outside my block. Like it sounded like it went out in the street. So that's why I was like, no. But yeah, it just went bang, bang, bang. So I call 911 and I was like, yeah, insert my address that I pretty much just doxed myself anyways. I was like, yeah, I just heard like some gunshots go off, and I was like, I swear they had to have been on my block because you could still hear them ring out and like shit. Like it wasn't like that crack. It was just like that actual like percussive like bang. And I was like, it's got to be like on my street or like a block or 2 over. It was 2 blocks over, and they killed somebody.
Golly.
And then a week after that, there was one just 2 blocks down from that. And everyone was okay, but they aired out some dude's house. But after this, it's been pretty chill. I've actually started talking to my neighbors a little bit. They're pretty nice people. Put in my flower bed.
Yeah,
It's been all right.
I don't think me and Tyree really have much going on around here. There's a couple, or there's like a family up the road from us, and I don't know if you noticed, but they fight a lot, Tyree.
Which?
It's like
this one.
Yeah, they're like over there, and they just always
one
hear
house
like
over.
Always hear like a girl yelling and a guy yelling.
Yeah.
It's like, so you said you love me. He said, "Fuck you, bitch." They just always, and like 2 weeks later, same people fighting. I'm like, dude, what the?
Toxic, bro.
And
I tell you, my upstairs neighbor at the apartment was getting her ass beat.
Yeah, you did tell me about that.
Shitty people all around, man.
Yeah, I don't think I could really stay in apartments again.
I'd never do apartments ever again.
Well, it's just like a bunch of that and just like a weird, people getting it on next door.
Dude, they were fucking loud, bro.
And it just...
They fuck loud.
Like,
I think very in love.
I think I just woke up and I just hear something. I'm like, what's that? And like my bed, I'm guessing is where their bed's at. And I hear her just, I'm like, yeah, okay, it's whatever. They do them. I'm not.
Me and Emily used to hear them out in the hall.
Yeah.
They fucking loud.
They were just loud, like really loud. I'm like, God, they're really going at it, huh? And
yeah, fuck neighbors. Fuck that close. I'll never do apartments again. It was not fun. But, and all that being said, before all of that happened, at where I'm at now, like it's always been super chill. I had like 0 issues up until that point. It was just like a weird fucky string of events. But up until that, like it had been super calm.
Yeah, it's crazy how the redevelopment's going on the like west side of Ada, because you go like 2-3 blocks up from where you're at, and it's just
total fucked.
Yeah, just houses
are fucked, and trees are still in the road, and they got hit really fucking bad, just like 2 blocks over. So I'm on 5th. If you go down to 4th, you can see it a little bit on. I think it's 3rd, right after 4th. I think.
Yeah, we do a lot of jobs over there.
Like you couldn't even. We drove down. I drove down at like 2 days later, and you couldn't even go through. I mean, it was blocked off. Like, I don't even know how people were living there, but I guess it just touched down right there.
Yeah, it's been
the tornado.
They said how it went was it landed.
Well, you said there was 3 of them.
Well, that's what everybody thought. There was 3, but no, technically it was. I guess from what everybody said, it landed and jumped and landed again and jumped.
Hmm.
Did that 3 times. It just hopscotch it like 3.
That storm came rolling in quick.
Well, it literally cuz me and Tyree got the alert and we both woke up at the same time. And like we open up the front door and we just hear sirens blaring on like the west side of Ada. Cuz that's where it hit first.
Yeah, because I heard my alert go off because I'm on the west side. I heard my alert go off, and 10 seconds later, the sirens were going off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I thought, because normally, it's Oklahoma, bro. I've been through dozens of tornado warnings, but that one was like, and it was in the middle of the fucking night, or like, it was like 5 a.m. So I was like, oh, dude, this one, it felt different to me, just because I was like, okay, I had like 10 seconds to get out of bed before this shit started going off. So I was like, oh, this is real. So I took my dog in the bathtub, and then we could hear the winds outside, like bad, like it was like howling. And then I heard the tree, because I had 2 trees fall on my road, and you could hear it actually like crack and fall over. And that's when I was like, I don't know about this. I really thought, I was like, this might be it, man. This might be the one. Because it was fucking windy as fuck. Like I'm telling, I've never heard wind like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was enough to knock over. That tree was like, I mean, shit, it was like 60, 70 years old. It's huge.
You went. Did you get in the bathroom?
I did.
I just went back to bed.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm telling you, I used to, and then I moved up to Norman, and up there, those shits are like, you never know, like Norman more. Like it could be you.
Well, they have like plains and flat. It's pretty flat in that area, that Metroid area, and Ada, and just a bunch of hills.
So I don't know, but I actually did. But it wasn't a bad idea because it hit 2 blocks down the road from me. So
I know me and Tyree watched it. Like I think we opened up the door, and like
well, it hit
the
Willard,
wind,
no?
Yeah, and like the wind just started picking up harder and harder, and I was like. And my mom called me. She said, yeah, I think we're going to get into a shelter. What are you going to do? I said, well, I'm not driving in this weather. She said, are you going to get somewhere in your house that's safe? I said, I'm going back to bed. She said, what? She said, what do you want me to do? I'm going back to bed. I'm tired. It's like 5 in the morning. Like, I got work. And
I got to go to work.
I wake up.
Care if I die.
I wake up and there's sheet metal, trees everywhere, and we had a couple leaks on our roof, and there's just puddles of water. And I'm like, come to find out, tornado did hit, and it was pretty close to where me and Tyree lived. And Mom gave me so much crap for that. She said, you just didn't care, huh? I said, well, not really. I mean, there's not much I could do,
I mean, even in my house, bro. Tornado rolls through my house, I'm donezo.
Well,
like,
you got a foundation.
True, but it doesn't. There's only one part in my house that is not an external wall or a room without a window, and it's my hallway.
Well, that's our entire place.
Yeah, that's our entire.
And we could hear cats running underneath our house. Like they crawl, they get into the crawl space whenever it gets cold, and we hear them running under there.
Oh, bastards!
Like we don't have.
Hello, fuckers, man.
Like we don't. What are we gonna do? We just let's just go back to bed and hope it doesn't hit us.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And that's all.
And if it does hit us, it's just gonna pick up the whole freaking thing because it's all off the ground.
I was like, we're on breaks, yet alone like it's uneven.
Yeah,
so
y'all guys are getting blown away.
I mean, we're glad that it didn't like just come through and
just took everything, But
yeah.
I would have been in my sleep at least.
Yeah, I would.
That morning was weird driving out because I left my house at 6:30.
That's before they really got to shut down. They shut down Main Street. I know that was the first one.
Yeah,
they had to because
but they didn't shut down a lot of the rest of the west side at least, or any of the town. Like there was still debris in the main roads. I mean, power lines were down all over Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. It actually looked like I knew at that point because it hadn't even been confirmed at that point. It just fucking happened that a tornado had been through or anything like that. But when I drove through town, I was like, this is a lot more than a storm.
I know our shop was on the news because when the helicopter flew over, you have the houses around us, the roofs got ripped off. There was a shop building across the train tracks, and that was completely leveled. Coal again got destroyed. Three power lines fell in the middle of the road, and our shop was just unscathed. It was the only building in there that had no damage whatsoever, and it was just crazy seeing that from like a helicopter point of view. It's like,
yeah, I didn't even realize they got national news coverage.
what was the first tornadoes hit
First tornado of the season.
Then next week, was it Louisiana or they got hit?
Or Alabama or
They got hit by like
South.
they got hit by like a lot of tornadoes that one night.
It
They
was
just
that-
had
it
a
was
super.
That week later, it was that like they were comparing it to like 2011.
It was like what 40?
Yeah, they were calling it like the superstorm. Like it was like one of those like once in a decade like we're thinking there's gonna be like millions affected by this storm, and it did. There were tornadoes all over that fucking storm.
Yeah, it just outbreaks everywhere. It was kind of like last year.
Last year was actually pretty rough.
Because that one night they said there was like what 20, 30 tornadoes in just one night.
Yeah, ain't got shit on 2011, bro. That one was a wild. That was more. El Reno. El Reno was that one that went from like a half-mile E3 to like a 2.5 mile long E5 like EF5 wedge in like 30 seconds.
But the thing was,
the footage you can see it just go like this and then just. And they were like, where's it at? And you can see, like, I found this video. He's like, where's it at, bro? And he looks out the window, and he's like, it's a whole fucking thing. It was 2.5 miles long.
Yeah, because, like, tornadoes
crazy.
that big, they have, like, a bunch of small tornadoes in them, like
multi-vortex or whatever.
Yeah, like sub-vortexes in them. But, like, that one had, like, I think they said 12 or 14 of them in that El Reno tornado.
That was a bad year. And then, Joplin happened 2 years later. That one was, or 2 years previously? I don't know. It was all around the same time frame. I feel like Joplin got, like, fucking leveled, though.
But, I mean, what do you think about it all, Tyree? Just
about the tornadoes.
Just like this whole year, 3 months in. How do you think it's been going?
How's the year going?
Yeah.
How we faring?
This is like the whole year feels like it's like the start. It's like this. It kind of feels like the start of like a downfall or like a prophecy.
It's just a preview of
Yeah,
what's
it's
gonna
like-
happen.
Like
It's that taste your own medicine type shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've just more this year. I've been more plugged into the news, and I hear more about what's going on.
I'm watching a lot more news.
But like, I feel like even like during high school, I would have heard if a plane fell out of the sky. I mean, you kind of hear about it, but like,
Dude,
we're kind of hitting highs.
It's every other day.
Yeah.
You got plane collision, plane crash, plane flips upside down and blows up, kills 80 people.
Yeah. Weather, wars. I mean, you just hear about.
I haven't heard a lot of school shootings. I haven't. But I guarantee if I Google most recent school shooting like yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, it's the sad part about it. It's like, it happens so much that
fucking. They don't even. You can't
it
even
doesn't.
keep up with them.
It's
all.
not even like national. It's more like local
news
now,
coverage.
and it's
Yeah, whenever it first started, like it was like national news.
Like when Sandy Hook happened, because in
That was
between like
world
Columbine and
news.
Sandy Hook, it was like, oh,
yeah.
Sandy Hook had like at Obama talking about it.
Mhm.
Nowadays I feel like school shooting is just one of them things,
Yeah.
which is
I don't
it's
think
kind of
confounding.
tragic.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's something that people should be desensitized by. And,
No.
like get used to. It's like
not at all.
it's like a heinous thing.
Someone's kids.
Yeah, I don't think that's something.
I mean, even senior age high school students are kids. Looking back at it now, it's kids.
Yeah.
They're all and they just 12 dead, 14 injured. Shooter kills himself. Same shit. I think there definitely needs to be some sort of reform, and I'm all for like gun. I'm all for like 2A. I'm pretty pro 2A, but they gotta do some shit. They gotta way stricter regulations.
I don't know.
I don't even think
It just
someone my
feels.
age should be able to own them.
It feels like everybody's becoming more comfortable with how
Fucked it is.
tragic everything is becoming. Like that's just how it is.
It's just
and-
it is what it is.
Yeah.
And whether that's like school shootings, plane crashes, national disasters, or you know, women's rights, immigration. Oh, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ICE just raided a fucking elementary school
And-
in a church. It is what it is.
Yeah, and
It shouldn't be like that.
you kind of hear about these old issues coming back up. It feels like Nazism is back on the rise.
Yeah, fascism's been on my radar.
It feels like racism is coming back in full swing.
I saw Donald Trump posted a link to an article on his Twitter, and it was on his Twitter and everything, and it was talking about like some anti-gay stuff, but the logo they used was like a upside down like red triangle, and I shit you not, that is like Nazi Germany like symbolism for a homosexual. Like it was like blatantly like that was what the Nazis used to symbolize gays. I was like, that's crazy.
It doesn't feel, I don't know. Everything's so divided. Everybody's so divided and like in their own world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it goes. I guess we're done.
Yeah.
Hang on. I think I can.
But, I mean, I feel the same way though. I feel like there's a lot of like division, you know.
Yeah. I mean, growing up, I mean,
It didn't used to be like that, man.
you know, all you kind of had to be like looking forward to or being afraid of is just the semester test or something.
Mm-hmm. And now you got to be worried about getting blasted. I mean, now to be fair, I do remember when it became more prevalent, and like I remember like my first like intruder drill that wasn't like a intruder drill. That was like an active shooter thing.
So
That
I
was
think
like
was
protect yourself.
Yeah, when it was just hide, you know, that type of stuff. Like I think when it switched to, if it comes down to it, we want you to fight.
Yeah, like defend or run. Like
Yeah.
first run, second like you're gonna have to fight for your own life. At that point, it's like, why are you still sending your kids to public education? I'm sorry, if you can afford privatizing your children's education, why the fuck are you sending them to a public school?
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't want or homeschool your kids. If I have a kid, I'm not a retard. You know what I mean? I genuinely feel like I could probably I feel like I could probably teach my kid at home and probably socialize them normally.
I don't think you could socialize them normally.
I think I could socialize
It's-
them normally.
You're gonna be best friends with your kid.
Fuck yeah.
Well, just think of Max, you know.
Yeah.
I was
So-
like, Max had no social skills until he, you know.
Until we started getting friends.
Yeah.
I mean, pros and cons, right? Okay, your kid grows up to be weird, but at the same time, like, I feel like public school is crazy nowadays. I remember after we graduated and Darius was talking about them fucking putting litter boxes and shit in the bathroom. And
See that I mean that was just like a joke, I guess. But no, the thing that got me was when, you know, they had to have school IDs.
right.
In a public school, they had school IDs.
IDs.
So it's like they had to constantly wear these badges with like it had their face and their full name, date of birth, everything. And there's, you know, that's just something that they couldn't come to school without it almost.
Mhm.
And Darius asked one of the people that worked at the school about it, and they said, I mean, truthfully, it's if like an incident happened, we have a way to put a name, put it like a name to a body,
Right.
and that's what was like, dang, that's just like it's to
That's
that
a wake
point.
up call.
It's to that point where you got to start doing that stuff. Like, why not try to instead of we got a way to in incidents like this, we'll have people wear badges, you know, so we know who they were.
Yeah, so we can ID your
Why
fucking
not
body.
try to like overall try to like come up with a
'Cause
solution?
that's too
with
hard.
it.
Right.
Because that's too hard
But I-
and like it costs too much.
But I feel like they've made zero initiative.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a
Like none.
like somewhere up the food chain. They had a meeting and it was all like, "What are we gonna do about
I
this?"
don't know. And then it never.
Should we start? I don't know. Start having like regular background checks, or like, maybe be more intentional with how we're doing stuff, and like actually checking up on kids, and maybe implementing like
I think there needs to be like a
mental-
mental health system. in
mental
place for
health.
these
But
kids.
but then somebody said, no, the easiest thing to do is give everybody a badge, so that way we can know who they were.
I feel like that's because
Like that had to happen somewhere up the line to be like, just give them a badge.
Well, yeah, because at some point it would have had to been like, yeah, man, maybe we should give them like a school, like an actual like more counseling staff, more training for the teachers to ID that kind of behavior. And they're like, wait a minute, train and employ more people at the Department of Education.
Yeah.
And then they're like, fuck all that, man. Like,
Just
yeah,
give 'em a badge.
Or just raise tension and just actually just like sheriff departments posted that, man. Like,
yeah, fuck that. That's nothing, but that's like posting police department at a peaceful protest. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like you're encouraging bad behavior. But for them to have no training for school staffing, not enough counselors on staff, because I'm sorry, one counselor can't be there for 500 children. You know what I mean? There's not enough mental health initiative. There's not enough background investigation into purchasing a firearm. Because in my opinion, you shouldn't be able to walk in and out of a gun store in 10 minutes and buy a gun. Just because your background check clear. It's checking to see if you're a felon. That's it. Nothing else about your life. Not what you post on your socials. Not anything that is indicative to what kind of person you are. And that's where my issue is because like, yeah, I don't have to have a felony to be a fucking terrorist.
it's like the dog trade, you know. You go there.
You just buy a gun.
I thought it was kind of.
background
I thought it was.
training,
I thought it
nothing.
was pretty cool, but it was also a wake up call. It's like, man,
These people are just selling guns on the street. It's actual street
Yeah.
selling of weapons, and it's like, I don't give a fuck. Police know.
yeah.
They just
I don't know. It's just like I feel like so many. I don't know. For so many years, it's like let's just do the easy thing.
Mhm.
And like I mean, there are laws like you have the right to bear arms,
Right.
but then I don't know. At some point, you gotta be all like,
George Washington didn't know you were
maybe-
gonna have a 30 round 12 gauge.
yeah, maybe that person shouldn't have it, or maybe we should just if everybody needs the right to have a gun, then maybe there needs to be deeper checks
Right.
because you do just hear about it so often, and then you get desensitized to it.
Yeah, because I think the scapegoat in the 2A community is like, well, it's not going to stop the bad guys from getting them. Then put something in place that stops the bad guys from getting them. Like, I don't. Why is that supposed to be reflective of why the process for legal people to buy them should be any different? I think so. I had a background check for my job, and they called 3 work references. 3 of my friends. They showed up to my workplace, and then they creeped everything about me and my online presence for a week straight. Then I was cleared for employment. Why should it be any different from a place I work and an office to purchasing something that can kill people or defend yourself or whatever? Like, I'm not saying you're going to buy a gun to kill someone because that's not what 99% of people do. But that should be a thing.
If they do that for where you work at, they should do that
Yeah,
for
for a
if you're gonna
100%.
have a tool.
I think not only that, you should have to have, like, I think you need to be able to show at the gun counter or wherever you're purchasing it, like, you've taken firearm safety courses. Because, like, it's different for people like you or me. Like, we grew up, like, around people that hunt. I grew up around guns my whole life. Like, I'm fairly...
That was the problem though, because I think before they had, you know, gun safety. But like, so many people hunt. They grew up around that.
Right.
But it's like a problem with that though is people that hunted or grew up with firearms don't know the right way to handle a firearm.
Agreed.
Besides from
Well, my
flipping
people,
a switch.
yeah, my peepaw showed me how to. Oh, fuck your peepaw. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
You haven't taken a. You haven't taken a.
You're not
concealed
certified.
you have not taken a concealed carry course. You have not taken an open carry course. You have not taken any sort of firearm safety training course.
I don't. It's
You don't know any of the legality behind you actually carrying a firearm.
Like,
if you're
if
not
you-
taking the time to learn it, you don't need to have one.
if you want to go into IT, you got to have certifications.
Right.
If you want to be an accountant, you have to have
You gotta be a
certifications.
journeyman, bro. You need the hours.
If you want to have a gun, you should have a
Right.
certification.
You should be able to have this piece of paper that says this guy's
And it-
competent
and
enough,
it-
or he took the time,
Yeah.
aside from just showing up and trying to purchase it, that he's serious about purchasing it. I think just having that would decrease something, but I'm all for just a background investigation. I think if some dude wants to go buy a gun and he's not a felon, he's never had any sort of criminal offense, but he posted on his Facebook one day ago that he got wrongfully terminated from his job. Fuck his manager. He hope he dies and he's gonna go fucking kill him. But you didn't see it because you don't check a social. And you sell him the gun and he goes and kills his fucking boss or goes postal.
Who would have guessed?
Right. Who'd have thunk? Oh, I don't know how we could have prevented that. That guy was just crazy.
we would have never known.
Yeah, I think investigating, having more safety training in place, and then having an all-around reworked, because I'm sorry, like the social stigma around men and women's mental health is totally, like, vastly different, because I feel like most women do have a better support system in place. Because, like, I'm lucky enough to have friends I could probably call, like, if I was about to, like, blow my brains out. Like, I've been there with you. I know I could probably call you and be like, I got a fucking gun in my arm, I'm about to blow my fucking, like, I could probably call you. I could probably call Ty. You know, and I feel like I'm lucky enough to have that, but I know a lot of these I don't.
Yeah.
And I know that there's not a whole lot in place for people like that. And I feel like that needs to be a thing. I feel like definitely mental health reform all the way, because I feel like a lot of that shit's preventable with just having someone to fucking talk to. But they don't have anyone to reach out to. They don't have that support system in place. Or if they do, a lot of times it's like, well, and it sounds like stereotypical or cliche, but it's true, you know, with like the, well, you're a man kind of thing. But low key, it's a lot of times it's not that far off, really.
Yeah.
Do you want pizza?
Do I want pizza?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I think we're gonna end it there. I think that was good. What do you think?
I think it was solid.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds like we could have a whole podcast on gun control, bro.
We could. But yeah, thanks for listening, and sorry that the video cut out.
goodbye.